Welcome to Everlasting Talk. Hello, this is Ever from Everlasting Talk. Thank you for joining me again. Before we get started, make sure to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Blogger, YouTube, and Spotify. And now I just added Kick as well, so I might start streaming on there as well. But today on the Biography series, we're doing an episode on Howard Hughes, a pioneer, aviator, filmmaker, and billionaire who left an indelible mark on the multiple industries and captivated the public imagination with his larger than life persona. Let's get started. Born Howard Robard Hughes Jr. on December 24th, 1905 in Houston, Texas. From an early age, he would be very smart and crave knowledge. His father himself was a successful inventor and businessman, patenting the two-cone roller bit in 1909, which helped for drilling for petroleum, founding the Hughes Tool Company. So his father was successful in himself. So that's where Hughes uh, passion and dedication to entrepreneurial spirit generated from his own father. So that's definitely what got him started. Hughes was passionate for aviation, but it was very legendary how passionate he was. He became a record-setting pilot, pushing the boundaries of flight. In 1938, he establishes the Hughes Art Aircraft Company, which would be a powerhouse in aerospace technology and defense contracts. He made significant contributions to film as well, the film industry, through his production company, RKO Pictures. Hughes produced and directed several influential films, including The Hell's Angels, not the motorcycle, but something else, The Hell's Angels, and the award-winning The Outlaw. He would often lead to a budget over his budget in delays, but his films showcased his artistic vision and innovative technique. Despite his successes, Hughes' personal life was full of controversies. He lived a lap of luxury surrounded by Hollywood's elite and beautiful starlets. He had relationships with women like Katharine Hepburn and Ava Gardner, being in the tabloids a lot. Eventually, as he got older, he became more reclusive, withdrawing from the public eye, especially since he had a plane crash in 1946. It drove him to be more reclusive, and he actually developed obsessive compulsive disorder with cleanliness and germs. So he went into more seclusion because of that. So I think that accident definitely scared him and then led him to be more scared. So he would always be very careful, be very clean, um, but he would still be an entrepreneur entrepreneur. He went to groundbreaking advancements in technology beyond film and aviation. He helped shape Las Vegas from a desert town to a entertainment and resort destination that we know today. I mean, if it wasn't for him, probably Las Vegas wouldn't be Las Vegas. There'll be no, NFL team there, no Stanley Cup championship. Las Vegas Golden Knights. There'll be no Oakland A's moving there. Like it wouldn't be what it is today, pretty much without him. Obviously, other people along the way, but he's pretty much what led to that. So people from Las Vegas in Nevada should be very thankful to him. I've been to Vegas; it's beautiful. I love Las Vegas. It's just too hot. So I would definitely wouldn't go if it was just a desert town. um, he started many things. He started RKO Pictures, like I mentioned before, Hughes Aircraft Company, the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, among other things. Um, to his personal life, he was married and divorced twice. First time to Ella Botts Rice from 1925 to 1929. He was married to Jean Peters from 1957 and 1971. Hughes would eventually move because of his reclusiveness and how he was. He would move a lot during his final years, like the last 5 years. he would be living in the Bahamas, then in Nicaragua, then in England, Canada, Mexico, Las Vegas. He would move hotel to hotel. He had a very particular way of his hotel and how it was had to be clean a certain way. Obviously, he was a billionaire, so he could obviously pay for that. So it's definitely he moved a lot, and he's definitely he had like one or two people he trusted with, being in his hotel, but that's it. Like nothing, everything had to be a certain way. He had to be super clean. He had to clean himself if anything. Um, he would go many days without sleep because he was so like dedicated to working on things and like his medical institute and his projects and all that. He looked emaciated and had a bad diet. Also, he did a lot of drugs, so that's where made him look unrecognizable. So he would eventually die on April 5th, 1976. Unfortunately, he was on a flight from Acapulco, Mexico, to Houston, Texas. He flew to because he had a medical emergency. Eventually, autopsy would show it was due to kidney failure. Obviously, like I said, like the excess use of drugs, um, not eating, not sleeping. He would also take medication. He would also, like I mean, like the drug itself. So definitely drive him, for him to die from kidney failure. Like I say, the malnutrition. The only he was so emaciated and sick that they had to positively identify his body. The FBI had to fingerprint him just to prove it was him, not like some person that took his place. And they proved it was him based on fingerprints. That's how frail and skinny he was. Because he was a tall guy. He was like 6'4" or something. And he weighed like 90 pounds. So it's definitely, a sad way because he was definitely a charismatic man. And towards the end of his life, he was a weak, and emaciated. He was sick, So it's definitely something, sad about that, like the way he lived his life, but the way it ended. He would eventually be buried in Houston, Texas, where he was born. He won many awards throughout his life. He won the Herman Trophy, no, yeah, Airman Trophy in 1936 and 1938, the Collier Trophy in 1938, the Congressional Gold Medal in 1939, the Uchante Medal in 1940. He was in the National Aviation Hall of Fame in 1973, and he was in the International Air and Space Hall of Fame in 1987, and the Motocross Hall of Fame of America in 2008. He was in. There were several things, movies about him, biographies. The biggest one you probably watched it called The Aviator from 2004, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Martin Scorsese, won 11 Academy Awards. Also, The Carpetbaggers from 1964 was loosely based on him. He's also in a biography called The American Aviator, the Howard Hughes story in 2006. It was a biography on a biography channel. But yeah, I mean, he produced several movies like The Two Arabian Nights, 1927, Hell's Angels, like I mentioned. He directed and produced that in 1930. Um, The Front Page from 1931, he produced it. Sky Devils, he produced it for 1932. Scarface, not the same Scarface, from 1932, he produced it. He directed and produced The Outlaw for 1943. He also produced the Behind the Rising Sun in 1943. He also produced Vendetta from 1950. Uh, Also, His Kind of Woman, he was a executive producer for 1951. Macau from 1952, he was a producer. Son of Sinbad, he was executive producer in 1955. The Conqueror from 1956, he was a producer. The Jet Pilot 1957, he was a producer. So yeah, he did a lot. I mean, if you just look up the movie he did, you can see he was like very, very into it. Into aviation, film. Um, you know, so it's definitely something you should definitely look into. Obviously, there's like I think they said there was a collection of 200 items that was accumulated by Hughes himself. So he definitely was dedicated to the craft of films, documentaries, and programs. It was actually held at the Academy Film Archive. So yeah, that was it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I just went rambling on, but yeah, he's definitely an individual you should look into. Obviously, you know how he was raised and how unfortunately his life ended. But yeah, if you ever want to watch a little, glimpse of him, you can watch those movies I mentioned, like The Aviator for Leonardo DiCaprio. So I definitely watched that movie. It's pretty good. Like I said, it got nominated or won 11 Academy Awards. So yeah, guys. Before I go, make sure to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Blogger, Spotify, and now on Kick as well. I'm gonna start recording on there too, but different stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And next time we're talking about Marie Curie. Marie Curie. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, that'll be the next biography. Be on the lookout for that on my social media. Thank you guys so much, and see you at the next one. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Everlasting Talk. For more content, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Everlasting Talk. Thank you.